Welcome back to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Murrell, proudly sponsored by Super Resin. This week's special guest is Peter Baines, the founder of Meatless Meal Preparation. Peter shares his journey from working in the kitchens at both Anfield and Goodison Park to taking the leap and launching his own business during one of the toughest times for hospitality in the pandemic. It's an honest and inspiring conversation about resilience, creativity and chasing what you love. Thanks for listening and watching this episode.
And I said, it's secured against me ma's house, and they were just like, yeah, we know that. We want to do. And the last day it closed, which was sad, no one coming in. Going out to have something to eat now is a luxury. People just don't do that anymore now.
Welcome to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Murrell, and this week's special guest is Peter Baines. Really looking forward to sharing the Good, the Bad and the Ugly. How are we, mate?
It is nice to meet you, man. Good.
Nice to meet you, Peter. Peter, your story, it's about growing up on a council estate, starting a business as soon as COVID hit.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop. Meatless, your protein plant-based business, supplying meals all over the UK. Very interesting story, and it's great to see, a business, because there was a lot of businesses that didn't survive COVID, but it's great to see a business that started in COVID and, you're flying high, and let's just get right into it. So I want to start from where you're from, where you grew up, family life and school life was like.
So from a place called Speak in Liverpool.
Yeah.
I went to my seniors. I went to St Christopher's juniors and infant school, and then went to Pope John Paul. Pope John Paul's not there anymore, it's no houses, but yeah, grew up on a council estate in Speak.
Yeah, I know a few people from Speak. Got a few mates who they live over here now, but they've grew up from yours and me mates and stuff, and there's a few people I don't know, you know what I mean, and they're all good people. What was it like growing up in Speak?
Speak was sound, when we were growing up. It was obviously it's a lot different to when it is now, you know what I mean? So when we were kids and now we had access to the back field where the airport is, but you can't get there no more. So I used to have big woods, a big massive pond, it's called the Big Daddy. I don't know why. But yeah, just playing on the fields with your mates and just always playing footy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whereas now this generation's
they're on their iPads.
They're indoors, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's all it's completely different. But yeah, I had a really good childhood. We got I had an older brother and a younger brother. My older brother's no longer here, unfortunately. But yeah, growing up in Speak was sound. Still, my mates still live in Speak. I don't live in Speak now, but still got my mum still lives in Speak in the same house that we grew up in and that. So yeah, I'm always in and out of Speak. But yeah.
What was school like for you, P?
School was sound, really enjoyed school, especially junior school. The school I went to at the time, we had an head teacher who was he was big on sports. So I was
footy and box, well not so much boxing, but
more athletics and footy, you know what I mean? So I was always in the athletics team and the cross country team and stuff like that. So I was always very, active when we were younger and that. Always trying to play footy, you know what I mean? So trying to be
did you play at a decent level?
No, not me, mate. No, unfortunately, not me. I still have a go now. I still play now on a Tuesday.
But, five-a-side.
Yeah. But no, mate. Just play footy because you love playing footy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's all we used to do, me and my mates really. And then obviously went to senior school. All my mates were basically, apart from one or two that come from one of the other schools, got more different mates in school. But I still got the same mates that I went to school with.
It's good that when you hear stuff like that, because you're still mates with the mates from school now.
Yeah.
And you probably reminisce about things. And,
it's hilarious.
And some of the stuff you probably got up to. And you think, why the fuck did we do that?
You've done everything together, you know what I mean? You all grow up together, you do everything together. So you start going out together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You start to experience life together. So all my mates have experienced all the way through my life with them. You know what I mean? So obviously you get other mates as you get older, don't you?
Of course you do, yeah.
You get other mates and stuff like that. But yeah, I've still got the same mates that I had from day one in school, which is nice. You know what I mean? Leaving
school, did you have a career path or anything, or did you know what you wanted to do?
Not really. No, to be honest, mate, who does you know what I mean? Anyway, I couldn't wait to leave school, but also I did like school. I didn't have much time off school. I was always in school. I was always late. But I was always in school, you know what I mean? So I didn't dislike going to school. Yeah. But I was more excited about what was going to happen after school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because obviously you can do more, you're getting older, there's less restrictions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get to experience different parts of life. But yeah, when I first left school, first thing I got a YTS and an upholstering place in Garston. I was 16. I was $27.50 a week YTS. doing like 40 hours a week.
Imagine you said that to your kids now, or what would...
750 a week, lad. I swear to God, lad, I was like, you fucking messing. And I mean, it's 40 hours a week. And I mean, but the lad had loads of lads on their YTSs. So we just had loads of lads doing shitty jobs for them. And just obviously the YTS money, you know what I mean?
Imagine saying that to the kids today, though. You know, if you said you're on a YTS, you're on 27.50 a week.
Yeah, 27.50
Did they tell you to go fucking
like... What can you get for 27.50 a week now?
I don't even think...
Fucking nothing, mate. Can't even get a bag of shopping.
No, you're right.
But yeah, I done a YTS and that. But, and then I started working in bars and stuff, because Mum used to run the Legion and Speak when we were kids. She started working in bars, done like first I got a job working in Anfield, like this catering company. Like you've seen
Wait, no, just
just I was working like what to start off like the champion suites. So it was all like sit down meal and all that. But I didn't know what the job was when you went, you know what I mean? When it was like, oh, you're working in Anfield on Saturday, I was like, yes!
Because you're a big red,
aren't you? Yeah, thinking you're going to watch the game, but it didn't work out like that. No, because you're in the stand, you know what I mean? But and then I used to work in Goodison as well, funny enough.
That's sound, because I had a bit of a giggle from him over there when he said the Champions Suite. I thought, so I
used to work in Goodison as well. We used to work in the snack bars at Goodison. So I used to get to watch the second half of the game at Goodison. Because once the snack bar finished...
In the family enclosure and that? Or
no, it was in like the paddock.
Oh, in the paddock,
yeah. It was still made out of wood.
Ah! You had to get that in there, didn't he?
But it was, you know what I mean? It's
not in that new one, we're all right now in that new one.
That's more like a scaffolding, innit? You know what I mean? The Hill Dickinsons.
The Bramley Moore, I call it, but yeah.
But yeah, working there was all right, but like, and then like once I was walking past the Gladys Street, and there was some fella who was drinking the booze in the Legion with my running, and he was a proper diehard blue. And I just heard, Bainesy, what are you doing here? You fucking copite. I just looked up at the Gladys Street and everyone was just looking at me. I was like, fuck,
why has he just said that?
Why have you just said that? Like, you know what I mean? He was just buzzing off me. And I seen him in the same night in the pub, he was howling off it, like, you know what I mean? But I was like, I can't believe he done that. But yeah, I used to do a lot of that. And then I worked like in the same company, done like Royal Ascot and Ancient Races and stuff like that. And then, yeah, I just done a lot of bar work till I was like... What? I was like 20 doing bar work, and then I was working in the Fox and Speak, and then a load of Norwegians come over, funny enough, and stayed in the hotel to watch the footy and the Grand National. And got to know one of the fellas in there, and he offered me a job in Norway.
What was the job like?
Just doing like road works and like the curbstones and like the grass verges and all that kind of stuff for the company.
Yeah.
And like I just thought,
did you jump at it?
Yeah, I just thought, fuck it, why not? And I mean, he was like, I remember I was on £5 an hour working in at Fox and Speak, and he was like, it's £10 an hour. And I was just like,
your eyes lit up.
£10 an hour. I was like, yeah, I'll have some of that, like. So like I went over there, only stayed there for 2 months.
Did you get homesick?
Yeah, I got homesick really, because I'd never been away, you know what I mean? And it was hard, and it was like, when I first went over there.
You were on your jack?
No, I stayed with the fella. This fella was an English fella called Brian, and I stayed with him and his family. And like I think it was a place called Mold or something in Norway, and it was a really nice little village. And I also stayed with him for the first few weeks, and then I had to stay in digs then on site, like a porter cabin, and then it was just on my own then.
And that's when
and then it just started. It was just like the work was hard and that, and the people were saying I was working with and that, but
when you get homesick, there's no feeling
like you come home from work and it just be on my own. It's just like,
no, I can't do this.
Like, I don't even like my own companies that much, really, you know what I mean? I wouldn't like...
But you're in another country as well, so even if you can go out and go to your mates or go to booze.
I used to go down, funny enough, I used to go down into Oslo. I found this pool bar in Oslo that started playing 9-bill with the lads in there, so we used to go there every other week, you know what I mean? But it was Norway's expensive.
I was going to say, the cost of living over there.
Oh yeah, it's expensive. It's like fucking at the time, it was like nearly 10 quid for a bottle of bud, and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I was just like, wow. You know what I mean? And then we're like going, like, it just... But the cost, obviously, your wages are more than that, you know what I mean? But obviously, with you being English, and you convert it to English money, and you just think, wow, that's just so expensive.
That's what have I spent there, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was probably expensive, but it was like, you know, it was an experience. You know what I mean? Played a little bit of footy while I was over there as well with a couple of the work lads.
Yeah.
So I got to know people who done things and that, but it was just like, there was too much time spent on my own, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'd never been away from my family, you know what I mean? And I was only young and that. But yeah, it was an experience that.
So when you came back to Liverpool, where did the the love of like, you know...
I've always been able to cook. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
remember like when I was like 14, I used to like, because my mum used to work in the Legion and do like the Sunday dinner, and the work in the Legion on a Sunday.
Do the roast dinners and that, like?
Then my dad obviously always used to go to booze on a Sunday. The booze was open 10 till 4, then it closed and opened back up at 7. So my dad would be down the boozer on a Sunday, and my mum used to work in the Legion on a Sunday. So I just started doing the roast dinner in my mum's when I was like 14. So I've always been able to cook, you know what I mean? Just like, don't know why, but... And then just been able to cook. But I thought when I left school, I thought I might go into that.
Into cases like chefing
and
like
stuff.
chefing
and that, and it's something I never did, you know what I mean? Which, looking back, yeah, it maybe would have helped a bit more. But what I've learned through my time anyway, I don't think I would have learned that in the classroom anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've learned over the years, but yeah, I've always been able to cook, funny enough, so yeah.
So, you know, what inspired you to create Meatless Meal Prep? Was it health, sustainability, or something deeper?
No, my daughter, she went vegan when she was like, she was about 17. And we went over to Amsterdam, funny enough, took us to Amsterdam for her 18th birthday.
Yeah.
With my partner, my little sister. And we found this place called Vegan Junk Food. And I went in and had this like burger and chips, and like even now to this day, like it was one of the best burgers I've ever tasted in my life. And it looked like, it just looked so good, you know what I mean? I was just like...
And it was vegan?
Like, that's insane, like the food was like, it just, I was like, why aren't more people eating that? You know what I mean? Like, and then like, you didn't like, no, normally you have a big burger.
Greasy and it's like...
After you have a big burger, you go like that, you know what I mean? When you've had them. But with the vegan burger, you don't get the bloatiness of it afterwards. Yeah. So it's like, it's filling, but it's not, doesn't give you that over bloated, or bloatedness like when you have meats and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I was like, just like, because I'd always thought, like, obviously, maybe what, to be honest, I didn't really think I'd ever open my own place, but, and then from then, when I seen the vegan food, and I was just like, and then I started looking more into vegan food myself, because I'd always worked like as a grill chef, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You wasn't vegan before you went over there, like...
No.
It's the first time you tasted that burger, that's when it just blew your mind.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, that food's insane, and it was like junk food, you know what I mean? So I thought, that'd be a fucking great idea, that vegan junk food.
But your mind just started doing overtime, did it?
I was thinking like the things you can make, like, you can make fake chicken out of mushrooms, you can have seitan, like there's loads of different types of fake meats you can have, but at the time, there was nowhere in Liverpool that was doing that at the time. But obviously at the time, I didn't have the money or the resources to do that. And then funny enough, Down the Hatch opened up and they started doing vegan junk food. I think they were the first place and one of the first people in Liverpool to start doing it.
Was you thinking, oh, there's my idea,
I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking, that type of idea.
And because obviously you didn't have the financial backing at the time, or like, you know what I mean, to get it going.
So obviously, you know, a lot of people had the same type of ideas, but yeah, they just got on it first, and like, good luck to them, you know what I mean? They're still open, still doing well. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like vegan junk food. So then when I did get the opportunity, like we were going down, like I was working for some fella called Nev, and he passed away with cancer. And so basically, it comes like, go looking for a new job, and it was just like, why don't we try and find the premises and just try and open a vegan gaff, see if we can do it, you know what I mean?
Was this with your partner?
Yeah, so first of all, obviously, there's no point trying to get the money unless we could try and get a premises, you know what I mean? So that was our thought process, and we can find the premises.
Trying to source the premises, yeah.
So we can get a premises, then maybe we can try and get the funding. You know what I mean? To then turn it into what it needs to be. So we're going down Smithdown, and I seen the unit that I ended up getting on Smithdown, and I just phoned the woman. And I went down and looked at the unit. As soon as I went in the unit, I was just like, this is perfect. I had like a little kitchen in the back that needed stuff doing to it, but I had a kitchen area. And I was like, that's just going to save you so much money anyway. Don't have to build a kitchen. Got a little kitchen. And it was like long. It was perfect.
Was your mind like just look
over? Just felt right, you know, as soon as you went in. Yeah. Because I'd looked at one or two other places.
And there was loads of doing to it.
Yeah, too much needs doing, and I'm not going to be able to get much money. You know what I mean?
You're trying to save on costs and stuff.
So we like went and seen it. It was perfect. Like, so we just said, so like, can you give me like 2 months? I said, and let me try and get the money for it. You know what I mean? To see if I can do it. And
was with the landlords all right?
Yeah. So she went like, yeah, I'll give you 2 months. I was like, sound. So like within like 3 weeks, I'd found like a private finance company that was to get a loan off, but the stipulation of the loan was it had to be secured against someone's house.
Yeah.
Now then everyone, sorry for interrupting this episode. Here's a message from our sponsor, Super Resin. They are specialists in resin driveways and flooring across North Wales and the North West. Whether it's a driveway, worktop or flooring, they've got you covered. For 10% off, use the code TGTBTU. Now let's get back to the episode.
You know what I mean? So I asked my mum, I was like, said to my mum, I said, look, found this premises, right, I can get the money, but the only way I can get the money is if you're going to secure it against your house for me.
What was the reaction?
You know what I mean? She said, she didn't even hesitate really.
Did she not know?
No, she thinks she was like...
Because had you confided and told her what you...
I think she just knew, because obviously I've always worked hard, you know what I mean? And I've never really asked my mum for anything when I got older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I was just like, this is an opportunity, like, we've got the premises, I can get the money.
It's my dream, it's about
what you want. And I can do it. And it was only 10 grand, we only got a 10 grand loan.
Was it?
Yeah, I got 10
but
grand.
still a lot of money, I mean, listen.
Yeah, still a lot of money, because obviously I didn't have an income.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't working.
Because obviously the fella passed away.
Yeah, he passed away, you know what I mean? And we just had a baby as well. So it was like...
Trying to put this together with a newborn and
yeah,
everything.
and like, you know, trying to get finance when you haven't got a job is non-existent, you know what I mean? So lucky enough for me, I had someone who was at the collateral to back me, you know what I mean? Which is obviously my mum, which I'm very thankful for, you know what I mean? So we got the loan, and then it was like, what are we going to do now? You know what I mean? What are we going to do to it? Because obviously it was like it needed decorating, it needed decorating, it needed tables, it needed chairs, I needed a bar, I needed a coffee machine, I needed kitchen equipment.
You need your stock.
This in 10 grand, you know what I mean? It's like...
Did you go over budget?
No, so basically we had to be very shrewd about how we done it. So basically I found these church pews online. So I bought two 12-foot church pews, big, massive, they were lovely, about 150-year-old church pews. Not a single screw in them, couldn't even see a screw in them, mate. They were like perfectly made, and I got two of them for like 100 quid each from some scrapyard, and just by not far from the Mackies in Widnes.
Yeah.
Just over the road from there. But yeah, when we were in there, you had like piles and piles of scaffolding planks. I was like,
boards and that, yeah.
I was like looking at the planks and I thought,
they'll go perfect.
We can make tables out of them. You know what I mean? I phoned my mate Glenn, who used to join it, and I went, could you make me a bar out of scaffolding planks? And he was like, yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah. I was like, sound. So I said to him, make me a sketch, and he just made the sketch dead quick, and he went, the 12-foot long. I can get 12-foot long scaffolding planks. How many of them I'm going to need to make a bar? You know what I mean? He was like, probably about 24. And they were like 30 pence a foot. You know what I mean? I was like, yes.
You hit the jackpot, yeah.
You know what I mean? So build me a bar out of it. So I had like a bar with lecky in it, sink in it, coffee machine on it. So that was sorted. And then bought like these table legs from the Indian restaurants and over the water for a tenner each, steel table legs, and then got the fella in the yard to cut the scaffold and planks into three sizes, the same size, and then varnished the top of them, and then stuck them to the top of the tables. With my father-in-law, and made tables out of them.
So all this is coming together, but you obviously you're on a budget because, like you say, but you must be thinking it's coming together, it's slowly coming together.
And then obviously put shelving up with the scaffolding planks. Just use scaffolding planks for like most of the furniture that we had. And then I bought like loads of found this restaurant that was selling all like just metal frame chairs. So she just wanted it. I think it was like 15 for about 140 quid. She just spray painted them white. And they had like cushions on them that were teal. And we'd already painted the room teal.
So it's just slotted in.
Just like, no way. How was that even possible? It's just like, what are the chances of that? You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, so then we got that, and then I got like, so then it started looking like a restaurant then. Got like new light fittings, and then my girlfriend and her mates painted this big memorial over the arch, which really looked like a rainforest memorial. You know what I mean? As you walk through the arch into the back, it was lovely. You know what I mean? But Yeah, and the restaurant looked really nice when it was finished. You know what I mean?
So when it was finished and you were opening and stuff like that, you know, that must have made you feel proud, and you're thinking, fucking hell, it's a dream that's come true.
The weekend that we were going, like, I'd obviously had to get staff in and that as well, so we had to get a chef in as well. Because I thought to get a chef in, and then at least I can concentrate more on running the business. You know what I mean? I got
marketing
like,
and all that.
Yeah, and then got got a few girls in working for me. And then when I got them in on the Saturday, and we were opening on the Monday, and when they walked in on the Saturday, they were just like, and I was like, it didn't look like we were going to be open. It looked like it looks like an absolute tip.
Bomb site.
But all it needs is everything just clearing out the way, putting in its place, brushing, mopping, and it's all good to go.
So when you walked in, you were blew away.
So I didn't know, like, and then we didn't even have a menu. We didn't have a menu. Because what I was going to do was going to be, like, we're going to do junk food. But then I thought, no, because people won't eat junk food every day. You know what I mean? So we wanted to sell food where your customers will come in 2-3 times a week to eat in your place, because there's that much variety on the menu. Whereas, you know, junk food, although it's nice, everyone likes a bit of junk food. Yeah. It's still junk food. You don't want to be eating mass amounts of it. You know what I mean? Even as a vegan, you don't want to be eating loads of junk food, because it defeats the object of being a vegan. Yeah. Or a plant-based eater, because you're not getting the nutrition.
But that's what I was going to say to you. How did you come up with the name? Like the name?
Well, the name I'd already had. I'd had the name for years, from when I first started thinking of it. That was the first.
Meatless, was that?
Meatless, yeah. It's got no meat. It's meatless. You know what I mean? It's no meat. And everyone going, why'd you call it? I say, because it's the company sells itself. You don't need to go, I wonder what they sell. You know what I don't sell. You know what I don't sell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even like when we were open, you'd have people coming, because there's a laundrette next door to me, coming in and saying, you sell a bacon butty, and I just take them outside and go, look at the sign. You know what I mean? They go, what? I go, read the sign. Meatless, mate. Yeah. Like, don't sell bacon butties in here, mate. Sell coffee and tea and stuff like that, but yeah. And when I first opened, like say, on this Saturday, got all the staff in, didn't have a menu. Like, I'm not lying, didn't have a menu to open with on the Monday. Really? Yeah, so it was just like...
What did you think you were fucking...
What we're going to do now, you know? So I had like ideas. I'd already been like messing around with like recipes, like with burgers and sausages and stuff like that. So I knew the burger pate I was going to use, that I was going to make myself. And then it was just like, what else can we make? And then, yeah, with my partner, we just like, come up with a menu overnight, and then got the chef in and just said, we just start prepping it, and then we just open up on Monday. And then see what happens.
Did obviously family and friends come and support? Like, I mean,
yeah, it's family and friends and that. But like when we opened, the day we opened, like we actually had no money left. The 10 grand had been like we'd managed to get it open, like with 10 grand, with the stock, with everything, the cups, the plates, everything. Just like, it's just so much. You forget about how much stuff you need to buy. You know what I mean? But it's a good job IKEA exists. You know what I mean? Because IKEA was a fucking lifesaver. You know what I mean? With your cups, your sauces, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So you can buy loads of it. It's not quite cheap. You know what I mean? Just to get us open. You know what I mean? Because obviously, as you go along,
you can pay. As you bring money in, you can.
Yeah, you need to buy better cutlery and stuff like that, because cheap is more expensive in the long run. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you can buy expensive to start off with, then you don't have to buy again. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's the same with like your fridges and your cookers and all that. Like, you know, no one can start off buying like
an American fridge freezer or whatever. Like
all our kitchen equipment. Funny enough, my partner's mate had a meal prep company over the water, and they just jacked it in. But they had all still rented stuff that was still under. They had to
warranty was still.
They still had to pay it. You know what I mean?
So did you take over the?
So I just said to her, I'll give you the one a week, one a month. You know what I mean? So I've got like a cooker, a hob. I was like, that's sound, you know what I mean? And then like the fryer and all that, I just bought myself and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And like some didn't have like commercial fridges, I had like little house fridges, you know what I mean? To start off with, just because it wasn't like a big saladette, but I had enough stuff to do what I needed to do. You know what I mean? I had the right equipment to do what we needed to do. So yeah, and then we opened. First day we opened, I was just thinking, like, if people
you question yourself if people are going to say no.
If people don't come in this week, then it's going to be the worst 10 grand I've ever spent in my life. You know what I mean? Because it's going to just disappear like in the blink of an eye. You know what I mean? But
It's that worry, isn't it? You know
yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
that worry, but we'd already started advertising before.
On social media.
On social media, so by the time we opened, we had like 2,500 followers on the Instagram page. So there was people waiting for us to open.
Because it was just...
So like obviously there wasn't many vegan places, like down the hatch at the Egg. What was the other one on Queen's Drive? I can't remember it. They closed, but like there was a few, like, but I just thought I believed in the idea. I thought, yeah, it will work. And it will work.
And it certainly did, like you say.
Yeah, it's like the first day we took like, well, not a mass amount of money, but
you thought with the something to something happening.
Yeah, because obviously, you know, you need to factor in like how much you're gonna how much you need to take per day to break even. So first day we broke even, well, just a little bit of broke even. It was like, that's sound, and then it comes to the first Saturday and it was like nearly £1,000. When we're only open 10 till 6 when we first opened. It was only a daytime, it was only meant to be a daytime thing. So it was like nearly £1,000 on the first Saturday, and I was like, yes, this is sound, this is gonna work. You know what I mean? And it just started getting busier and busier. So like, you know, I'd like I think I had like four front of house staff. Myself and one in the kitchen, so with me being there, I could just go in the kitchen if it got busy anyway.
You could jump on and give it a touch.
You know what I mean? So like that's, you know, so I had that side of it, and then yeah, it was going well. I had like, you know, a really good team. It was sound. You know what I mean? Like getting regular customers, people coming from like some people come from like Preston, Manchester.
So people were travelling into
you know what I mean? Yeah. So
you say you were based on what's the name?
Smithdown.
Smithdown Road,
yeah. Road from the Mystery Park.
So it's great, you know, when you hear that, like, people are travelling from outside the city to come to your, you know, to your gaff, your food place, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so like quite a few people like that. So this like one lad and his mum used to come in like every other week from Manchester. You know what I mean? Every Saturday they always used to come in. You know what I mean?
And you're building up a bit of a relationship with them, because you know the same faces and that. And that you know, it's nice that though, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it was like, it was doing well and that, you know what I mean? It's just like, and then, yeah, just...
What's the name is?
The wind just like took right out your sails. Like you know, when COVID first come, and like, and then we're watching the telly, and like this is obviously when we were still open, and like that Boris Johnson saying like, you know, first place to avoid is restaurants and pubs, and I just thought,
what the
you absolute bastard.
Because when I remember that COVID,
you just shafted every small business. Because in Liverpool, there's a lot of independents in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of restaurants in Liverpool that are not owned by big chains, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just thought, no. And then you're thinking, what, like, and obviously, you don't even know what's going to happen.
No one knew what was going on.
No one was going to...
It was all bullshit, wasn't it, basically? You know what I mean?
We just got blagged to stay in, didn't we? Got grounded by the government, you know what I mean? But yeah, and it was just like, didn't know. And obviously, the loan that I'd got when I phoned them up, when COVID first hit and that, and it was like, they were just like, no, we still want our money, because we're not a bank. Like, you know, we still want our money, our payments every month. And it was just like, but my business is closed.
Listen, my business is being closed by the government because we can't operate.
Yeah, and I said, like, you know, it's secured against my ma's house, and they were just like, yeah, we know that. It was like, just nothing back off them. It was like, we want to do.
That must have...
When our payments, and the payments weren't small, because it was even though it was only £10,000, because it was of a private company, the interest rate was really high, and it was only over a 2-year period. You know what I mean? So the payments were like nearly £800 a month.
To pay, you know, obviously,
to pay that. And
then if you're not bringing no money in,
my rent was like £900. And it was just like, and then obviously we didn't know what was going to happen with with these like grants you were going to get.
The bounce backs and all that.
Yeah, so they're saying you're waiting for the grants, but it's like, it's all right waiting for the grants, but
everyone's on
the phone saying, when are you going to pay this, when are you going to pay that? And then like, we stayed open in that, you know what I mean? Like obviously started doing takeaway like everyone else started doing. It was sound, you know what I mean? Then they started doing the eat out to help out stuff. Like literally, like my premises was full, and I was like, I changed the hours by then, because obviously with COVID coming, I didn't need to be open 10 till 6, because if people are going to order delivery, they're not going to order till the night time.
They're not going to do it in the day, because
they're not going to do it in the day. They're going to be doing their own stuff in the day, working from home and stuff like that. So they're only going to order takeaways at night time. So I changed the hours like 3 till 9. You know what I mean? To get the night time trade. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then it was like doing all right. But then like, you know, you go on.
The full lockdown, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like I say about the Eat Out Help House. But Eat Out Help House like comes to like 7 o'clock, and I was like sold out of food every day.
Was it? Yeah.
My restaurant was full from the moment I opened to the moment I closed. And then they done that, and I thought, this is great. And then he went on another lockdown again.
It was the full lockdown where you couldn't go.
I was just like, why have you just done that? Like,
you didn't know their ass from their elbow, did you?
You just shafted our industry twice. Because I was thinking, all these people will come back, and it'll be fine. You know what I mean? They'll all come back and it'll be fine. You know what I mean? And then obviously, after the full lockdown, next minute, your gas, your lecky, your stock, everything just went through the roof. And it was just like...
Just greed, mate,
you just shafted us again. Because now no one's got no money to go out to eat. Whereas, like, I don't know about yourself, but I used to go out like 2-3 times a week. Now, people just don't do that anymore now. Going out to have something to eat now is a luxury.
Yeah, yeah.
Which it shouldn't be, but it is because of the price of it.
Because what they've done, what did you say, with like the lecky and the gas and the cost of living and all that, they fucking...
Hiya everyone, sorry to interrupt this episode, but here's a quick one from me. If you're enjoying the podcast and you enjoy what we're doing, you can now buy us a coffee. It's a simple way to keep those stories coming. No subscription, just that one-off bit of support. The link's in the description. Now back to the episode.
It was the rich getting richer, by, you know what I mean? And it was like...
You're expecting businesses to bounce back.
Yeah.
When their costs have increased by 20, 30, 40%.
It's not doable.
Like, and that was literally...
That's why so many collapsed,
that was literally overnight.
Yeah.
That wasn't a steady stream. That was just instant.
This is what just wanted to happen.
And the government just go, boom, yeah, that sounds. Yeah, just do that.
And so many businesses failed and collapsed because of it.
You see the high streets now, like Allerton Road. Like when I was looking for a unit, you couldn't find a unit on Allerton Road.
So many.
And now there's just empty units. Smithdown, empty units. These are places where, you know,
thriving businesses.
Thriving.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like, and now what you've done, you just decimated the high street. You know what I mean? And all you're creating is a massive gap. So all the corporate companies can buy up all the space and just be...
All the independents and stuff
just gone.
Pushed to one side.
Yeah, and then all you're going to be full with is fucking high streets with fucking Starbucks.
Costas and all that.
Fucking all this shit everywhere.
Do you know what?
You know what I mean?
I know a lad, he's been on the podcast, the good lad, Tony Grice, he's got Fika.
Yeah.
And and you know what? It's great what he's created. It's like yourself, you know what I mean? And I remember him saying that you see all these places, opening up, starting, people are supporting, like, going in Starbucks and paying fucking $5.80 for the what's it?
But they cried their arse of paying £3.50
for the
independent coffee shop.
And, going to your local, what's the name, people like businesses like yourselves and stuff like that. And it sticks with me, that, with Tony Grice, because, like yourself, you've built something up. All these independent businesses just get fucking pushed to one side and everyone's quite happy. Don't get me wrong, people can go and eat and drink whatever they want. I'm not saying that. But it's just nice to, like, support your own and that, you know what I mean? All these big fucking, Starbucks and Costas and that.
They're never going to go broke, are they? They're going to be there.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? It's all about, like, having their place on the high street, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It sticks out, big signs, lit up and all that.
But it's like you say, it's like, when at the cafe, you get people moaning, like you say, paying £3.50 for like an oat milk latte, but they go to Starbucks and pay £7 for it in the blink of an eye. You're just like, you're crazy.
And you're trying to give them, what you just said there.
It's like, what it is, it's like, they trust the brand, don't they? Because if you trust the brand, you buy from it.
Yeah.
But,
you can just give them a better...
Coffee's coffee, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Starbucks coffee isn't better than, Fika's coffee.
Is it?
You know what I mean? No. And their cakes certainly aren't as better as his.
No,
you know what I mean?
Have you seen his cakes?
Yeah, I've seen his cakes, you know what I mean? So, and it's just...
It's crazy, you know what I mean? Because it just blows my mind, all that way, like the government, what they done, they lied. So many people lost their businesses.
Yeah.
So many people lost their lives. Businesses as well, still haven't recovered from it, even though, and then you've got them it's okay, that's just blow it right up, and they're expecting people to just go with it, and then when it all comes out now, I remember someone saying that there was chat about it the other week or something. I was like, no one's gonna fucking listen to them. Do you remember going and standing at the Asda oh, we're sorry, you know what I mean?
When you're like doing like one of the Simpsons was having no symptoms at all. That's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Like, how can you even listen to that sentence and believe that? That's a lie in a sentence. That's contradicting itself, as it says. And like, from day one with the COVID, I didn't buy into it because I've seen it all before with this government and the world government. Like, you've had swine flu, you know, all these things. Like, if something was this bad, right, that was going, like, because when people seem to forget,
scared everyone,
people seem to forget when it first come, right, from the pictures from China was
people dropping dead and all.
Dropping dead where they were standing in the street, just dying. And I was just like, that's a lie. That doesn't happen. You know what I mean? And then I come over here and then it's the most dangerous thing to mankind, and then they give you this mask and that's going to protect you. It's like, what's that going to... What's that? If you can smell my fart through my jeans, mate, that mask ain't doing saving you from nothing. You know what I mean? It's the most,
you're right, though.
It's the most deadly disease. It's like, you wouldn't have been allowed out your house. But the supermarkets never made as much money as they made during that time. And what did you use more of than ever before? Gas and lecky, because you were stuck in the house. And what all three things went up straight after COVID? The cost of your shopping, the cost of your gas and your lecky, because they wanted more money again. And it doesn't take a rocket science to work it out. And if you can't see that, then more fool to you. You know what I mean? That you've been, like, I was insistent that there was not a chance. I mean, my partner both agreed that me and my two kids were getting any kind of jabs off this government. I've got family members who are in the medical field who were sort of like, not insisting, but saying, why don't you? And I just went, I'm not going to put something in my arm
that you don't know fucking...
that I don't know what it is. And I'm certainly not doing it to my kids.
We were the same, we never
and I said to them, I went, if I get COVID, I'll be fine. And I'm telling you now, and then I got COVID on Christmas Eve, and I was writ off for 3 days, and then I was fine.
The flu, innit?
I'd never had the flu before.
Yeah.
But I can imagine that's what it was like. It was like, I was really lethargic, I had no energy, I was having mad sweats, didn't go to the doctors, didn't have no antibiotics, nothing, and then 3 days later, it was back to normal.
But this is my argument, and what I'm going to get onto next, Pete, is like, you know, where did the flu go? It didn't go and hide in the fucking bushes and then come back. No, you know what I mean?
They just rebranded it, didn't they? As COVID-19.
He's gonna tell us the statistics now, but with the flu, everyone, like, it took a cold and whatever, and you know, don't go and like the elder people, like you fucking nanny. Don't fucking go and see them if you've got the flu. That's what people just naturally do, don't they? You don't go and see old people if you're full of fucking all kinds of shit. You've got like a delay or something.
You won't go and see your nan, will you?
Because you're not going to pass.
Because it's just common sense.
Oh, I don't want to pass this on to you. You sneeze your fucking head off.
Yeah, it's just common sense, and that's all it had to be, common sense. And you know, like you say, the thing, like, it's a different world now.
It's crazy
than it was before COVID.
Everyone,
it's like,
you're totally right.
People are more standoffish. Like, you still see people walking around with masks on, and I'm just thinking, it's like, and then you're trying it like, and it's always the conquering divide, isn't it? And that's exactly what he tries to do with COVID. Pressurise the people, like they were going to sack nurses and doctors for not taking a jab. Like, that's insane. But they wanted you on your front doorstep, clapping for them, at the end
on
of
a Thursday night with a fucking...
It's like, it's an insult, isn't it?
It's
you know what I mean?
It's so sad that we were lied to, and, you know, so many, you know, and I'm not going to go deep all into this, because, you know, you
could be there all day.
But what I'm going to say is, like, some people couldn't even go to fucking people's funerals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People were looking through windows, like the people that are on fucking deathbeds and stuff. I
went to my nan's funeral, and like, there was 20 people at my nan's funeral. My nan had raised, like, got awards for raising money for charities, like 97.
But it would have been full. It would have been
1,000 people in that church, and I had to sit like 10 foot away from my dad on a chair, and there was 20 people at the funeral, and I just thought, this shit is bollocks, mate. This is absolute bollocks.
And this is why so angry, you know, stuff like that, Peter. It's just...
And you can't get that back, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
Well, you know, it's one of them, isn't it? It's like, you know, life moves forward, doesn't it? You know what I mean? We've been, like you say, you don't want to go too much into it, because you, like...
We could speak about it.
You could speak about it for a week, couldn't you know what I mean?
But you know what happened with yourself when COVID hit? You've just opened this brand new fucking, you know, your new place for you know... and then you're being told all this. What's going through your head when you can't go there and you can't fucking do your business?
Just basically how the business is going to survive. How are we going to diversify to keep the business going? There's got to be another way to keep, and obviously veganuary was a big thing for us. So it was like, always had the idea of maybe doing meal prep, but a little bit further down the line.
So the meal prep started because of COVID?
Yeah, basically the COVID, because obviously...
You couldn't go out, you couldn't fucking...
Yeah, everyone was ordering food, stuff like that. So it was like... So people can basically veganuary, so people can still try the product. Yeah, veganuary. So,
veganuary. No.
So that's what it was. It was like, get the food out for veganuary and like see how it goes. And like, so
You're
we
prepping it all in the house, making it all?
No, we still had my unit.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Still had my unit because I still kept it, because obviously we'd forced the idea, and I was still doing takeaways, in the restaurants as well.
Yeah.
But it was like, we need to generate more money. You know what I mean? So we got the kitchen, so how can we generate more money? You know what I mean? Because obviously the more money we have, the longer we're going to be able to stay open for.
You got to keep the business afloat,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and then obviously, so we started doing that. So like, that's the start. All our customers were just in Liverpool. We had like probably about 30, 40 customers. So we just like handball it in the back of the car.
And then you go and deliver it?
Just go and get it all cooked, get it all boxed up, get it all labelled, and then just deliver it, ourselves. And then obviously, started for, well, obviously people, then we start getting messages, then people asking, like, you know, because obviously
social media
at the time we probably had about 15,000 followers on the Instagram by then as well. So we got a lot of people from London area and stuff like that, and posting messages saying, you know, can't we get your food down in London
shipped there? So
we started looking into shipping it, but we started shipping it, and then all them Chinese containers, that didn't go well.
In transit, they were getting fucking smashed to bits.
Yeah, absolutely smashed to bits. So then, once again, went back to my ma and was like, can I use your credit cards? I need to buy a packing machine. Because like that week I sent the parcels, I had 2 customers who were on like subscriptions, and it was like, they were £400 each a month, and both of them cancelled.
So you've lost 2 customers for £800?
Yeah, just cancelled straight away because of the packaging. And
obviously when they're in transit, they've been damaged, and they don't want to like, this, I'm not paying for this.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Why would you? I wouldn't. So why would they expect the customer to?
That must have fucking you that.
Yeah, but it was like, so then it was again, what are we going to do now? It's like we need to find another plan. So it was like, we need a packing machine. We're going to have to invest in a packing machine. So we started looking at packing machines.
A few quid, like...
It's like $2,500, you know what I mean, for a single one. And it's all just like pull down, seals it. With the consent, then obviously more cost. So I had to get my mum to lend me a credit card. Good job, she was a good mum. Because obviously I could afford to pay for the machine, but I couldn't afford to pay for the machine in one go. You know what I mean? I can pay for it over time.
Yeah.
So obviously so we got the packing machine. Then obviously you have to get new containers then.
Stronger and whatever.
Stronger, more biodegradable as well. So like a cardboard based one. And then just started sending them. But then, you know, through the time, then they started breaking. So obviously over the years, we've spent all the money that we've made in Meatless has been put back into Meatless.
Back into the business.
I obviously still don't get a wage, but everything goes back into it, because obviously once one thing happens and you need to do another thing and then another thing, things always come along.
Speculative,
you know
all that, like you're just putting back in, and
your fridge you break and it can't be fixed because obviously you bought second-hand gear, so it's going to eventually, you know, it's going to break. You just waiting for the time for it to break, and then get the engineer out to go, yeah, it's goosed, you're going to have to buy a new one. And then having that, not being able to have that cash flow is hard, you know what I mean? So it's, just building it up, basically building it brick by brick. You know what I mean? So obviously, and then we were doing meals in the restaurant for a while. I was still at the restaurant, and when we allowed to back open, we obviously opened the restaurant back up. But it just started declining then. Not as much footfall coming in. So like when I first opened up, like my wage bill every week was like 1,400 quid. By the time I closed Meatless, it was 200 quid. I had one girl working for me. And I was doing all the cooking, so I had Meatless open and I was doing the meal prep. So the chef left for another job, literally the week before we were due to have our second baby, which wasn't great timing, just before Christmas. So for the next 7 months. I basically work 7 days a week for 7 months.
How many hours a day was you doing?
Doing like 10-hour days, you know what I mean? Because obviously I couldn't afford to pay anyone else to do the work that needed to be done. Couldn't afford to pay a chef, so I had to do it myself, but then you had to run the restaurants as well, do the cooking in the restaurants, but obviously the restaurant wasn't that busy, but it had to still be there anyway.
So you're cooking, then you're in front of the house, you're serving,
doing everything, you know what I mean? And then it just comes to a point where it was like, either have a nervous breakdown basically, or
is that how good it
was just the stress, you know what I mean?
But
it was just
second baby.
Yeah, it's like just
balance.
Just like watching things just disappear in front of your own eyes, which you've got no control over. You can't control people coming into your restaurants. You can't make people come into your restaurants. You know what I mean? They either come in and it's out of your control, and not having the control is like crippling.
They're not knowing.
Yeah, they're not knowing. It's like, you know, opening up and thinking, like, you know, you'd have like 3 good days, then 4 bad. So you might as well have had the 3 good.
There's no...
Yeah, so like, and then obviously, like I was saying to you before, you've got to take a certain amount every day to break even.
To cover the cost of it.
Yeah, and then like, you know, your first 3 days, yeah, just over even. Your next 4, shite. And then basically, so the meal prep was paying to keep the restaurants open. And I was doing that for 7 months, and I just went home one day and I just went, nah, mate, that's it, I'm done. Just like, she was like, what's your name? I said, the restaurant's getting closed. Just put on social media, it's closed. You know what I mean? And the last day it closed, which was quite sad, like, no one come in.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I was just like, that says it all, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You get like the messages and that saying like, you know, really sorry that you closed, and oh, sorry, and it's like, yeah, that's all nice and that, but yeah, it's just that
hurt you, that pay.
It hurt me, but it was a relief as well, to be honest with you. It was a massive
You would have liked to have gone, you know, if you close, and you would have liked to...
Yeah, I would have liked, because a lot of businesses would have succeeded if it wouldn't have been for COVID, and I think mine would have been one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because inside the restaurant was lovely, it was a lovely feel, the food was
you
nice.
were full,
yeah, you know what I mean? It was like nice coffee, nice drinks, you know what I mean? Yeah, it would have worked, but obviously circumstances dictated different, unfortunately.
Of course they do.
So we started doing the meal prep, and then obviously had a friend of ours who used to help us out, and she didn't even like get paid or nothing, to be honest. She actually worked for me for free, because we couldn't afford to pay anyone, but we needed to build it, you know what I mean, to try and build it.
She on board, which is like sort
of...
Yeah,
she's a good friend, you know what I mean, and like just opens out with deliveries and taking me to go and get stock and stuff, because I don't drive, you know what I mean, so just them little, because you don't realise, like, people don't realise all the stuff that's got to be done. So like, you know, you got to source all your ingredients, got to do all my menus, you've got to buy the stock, then you've got to get the packaging, got to make sure you've got the containers, make sure you got your ice packs. There's a lot goes into it, you know what I mean? It's a lot of expense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People just think that they just get paying for the meal. And it's like, no, you're paying for the whole thing that comes with producing that meal.
But what's the biggest misconception of plant-based eating, basically?
Basically that it's shit. Basically, people just think that it's crap food, and that it's going to be like basically like salads and stuff like that, but I can assure you that is...
Do you know what? I'll be honest. It's not so... I'm being honest with you. It's like, when I've heard like people say they're vegan and stuff like that, but when you described that burger to me, my mouth was watering, because it was like...
So I used to, in the restaurants, I used to do the meatless mac, I called it. It's like a Big Mac, you know what I mean? It's like, make like the same like burger sauce that Mackies make, you know what I mean? It smells exactly... When you open the box, it smells exactly the same.
It's just looked the same.
Yeah, it looked exactly the same, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, the misconception is like, you know, it's going to be tasteless and bland, because like people have, I don't know where that misconception, obviously, people who eat meat, like, I don't know, like, people get set in the ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People like what they like.
Yeah,
but then
people like what they like, but you don't know what you like. Like, I say to my girls, like my young girls, I say, like, I don't like that, and I say, have you ever eaten that? And she go, no, and I go,
how do you know?
You're going to eat it now, because I'm not having you saying, I don't like it if you've never had it before. I said, if you eat it and then you go, I don't like it,
Fair enough.
that sounds. But
because other people are telling you.
You can't like judge, like, if you like food, there's no reason why you won't like vegan food or plant-based food.
Yeah.
Because it's all about flavour and texture, you know what I mean? Whereas on a meat diet, it's always meat, sauce and veg. Meat, sauce, rice, meat, sauce, noodles. That's all you get. You get that combination all the time, not in plant-based food. You know what I mean? So you get like curries, obviously. Curry sauces are made, basically, a lot of them are made exactly the same. You know what I mean? This is the misconception that people have.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That like you're going to be missing out on all this lovely food, but everything can be, veganised in a way.
Like you said, like that burgers blew my mind. What
honestly,
you said.
Like I hope it's still open next time I go to Amsterdam, because honestly, it was heavy scran, like. You know what I mean? It was, but it just to say that just the look of it. You know what I mean? And I thought, yeah, that's like the future. That, you know what I mean? That'd do really well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's the sustainability to the meatless meal prep mission? How important is it?
Well, you want to, don't want to destroy the planet as least as you can possibly destroy it, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's obviously, if everyone does it, like everyone seems to think that you gotta go completely vegan or this, but if everyone does a little's better than nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously, we like all our packaging's cardboard, all the boxes are cardboard. We use a lot of paper. We use like eco packing peanuts, which is basically made out of, I think it's potato starch. So when you put them in the sink and you turn the tap on, they just dissolve.
Yeah.
And go into the water system, but they don't harmful. You know what I mean? It's made out of potato starch. And then the ice packs you use, you can cut them open and use them as plant feed in your plants.
Really? Yeah.
So
it's all like sort of recycling.
Or you can just use them again, because they're really good ice packs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can use the plant feed.
That's unbelievable.
You know what I mean? So you want to get that down as much as you, because obviously sometimes it's hard not to buy stuff in plastic, but I tend not to buy stuff if I don't have to.
Yeah. You try and stay away from that way.
Yeah, and obviously although you don't want to be using plastic, some plastics do get recycled, you know what I mean? A lot more now, you know what I mean? Which it should be most of them, really.
Yeah. What's your best sellers to your customers? P?
So we used to sell a bowl. I used to sell in the restaurant called the chickpea butter bowl. So when I put that on the menu...
Chickpea butter bowl?
Chickpea butter bowl. So that's like sweet potato falafel, like bang bang cauliflower, hummus, couscous tabbouleh, pickled red cabbage... pomegranate seeds, mixed leaf and tahini dressing. Like, and when I used to say that to people when they come in the restaurants, I wouldn't even get halfway through the dish and they go, yeah, I'll have that. Before I'd even get halfway through it, they just
really?
Go, yeah,
Is that like one of your best sellers?
It just aesthetically looked really good. It was just all different colours. So like in the tabbouleh, obviously tabbouleh is white, and I put red onion, mixed peppers, cucumber, mint, parsley, and then you'd have like a roasted red pepper hummus that'd be nice and red. Your bang bang cauliflower would be red, and then your falafel would be covered in black and white sesame seeds, and then the pomegranates on top and the dressing. It just looked really good. Really? Tasted really good as well, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been on the menu from day one. The chickpea butter bowl. The curries do well as well, and obviously do salt and pepper chicken. So we use like a soy, do you remember years ago when you had chicken and mushroom pot noodle? Yeah. The chicken used to get in that as soy. I don't think they'd put them in them anymore, but that's what I use. So it's a rehydrated product. So it's 100% organic soy chunks, which take on flavour really well. So whatever flavour you give them, it takes it on really well. So it's like a mock chicken. So we do like salt and pepper chicken with like salt and pepper wedges, like two tortilla wraps and a little bit of chip shop curry sauce. And
is that one of your best sellers?
Yeah, people love that.
Because everyone, especially in Liverpool.
But that's the thing, like a lot of people down south don't really know what salt and pepper is. And when they have it, they're amazed by it, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's definitely a northern thing and definitely a Liverpool thing.
Do you know what?
You know what I mean?
I put a thing on Instagram saying, salt and pepper chicken created in Liverpool. And I said it to me mate, he's a monk, Peter G, who we had on. and he put on a story. He's going, I'm not having this. It was well brought. But Manchester, we said.
Yeah, I don't know, you know, because I remember there's a Chippy in Speak when I was a kid, and that was the first ever place that sold salt and pepper chicken wings.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'd never heard of them before, and I mean, I was only about 12, and I mean,
this is what I mean. But
so it's like 30 years old. Well,
but it's definitely
a little bit more than 30 years old.
It's definitely a northern thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 100% is a northern thing. Like,
but you know, with, like you say, with your customers and stuff like that, obviously you're prepping it and you're shipping it and stuff like that. Has it grew massively, or is it just?
No, like I say, it's just brick by brick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously we advertise, we pay for that, paid ads and stuff like that. But it's like, obviously, it's having the money, because obviously...
Cost,
it's the cost, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, 1 week your stock will be cheaper than the, you know what I mean? And it's just, everything, it's just...
Getting the balance.
It's a very fine balancing act, yeah. Because, obviously, you got other bills that need to be paid, and you're trying to invest to grow the business as best you can, but we're not jeopardising the business over, like, trying to overspend. So we're like, we don't ever overspend, we only... spend on what needs to be spent on, you know what I mean?
Well, listen, that's it, isn't it, P? You know, it's very hard to, like you say, you're getting it out there, and you know, obviously the restaurant was a big thing for you, but then, and like you say, you have to take the leap to do the meal preps and distributing it around. But what lessons have you learned about leadership and resilience along the way?
Basically, just not to give up. Like, don't get me wrong, it's like, it's been really hard, but it's like having working for myself.
Yeah,
it's more important than making money in a way, because it allows me a lot more other time to spend with me kids and stuff like that. But yeah, just don't give up, you know what I mean? It's like, obviously we've had like loads of bumps in the road, but it's like, you know, no businesses were built boom, instantly just successful, you know what I mean? Like, you look, like of Amazon, like starting, like, even though I started off with quite a bit of money and they already had money, but the idea to get that to where it is now, he would have never dreamt
to where it's at now.
Yeah, that's just insane. It's like it's everyone in the world knows Amazon. Everyone, doesn't matter where you go in the world. It's like the girl say, like, you either buy it on Amazon or you Google it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, this is it.
Yeah, and these are like, you know, no one thought that that these people who start these businesses would get to them heights. Obviously, Meatless Meal Prep will never get to Amazon's heights, you know what I mean?
But listen, why, Pete? Why
no, I mean, like,
I
say that when I mean is like how much money it makes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But obviously it could make a massive impact, you know what I mean? And I can make a massive impact on people's lives, you know what I mean?
When I reached out to you, because, and I come across you, I seen it on TikTok.
Well, yeah, we put that ad up. I put that ad up in June as a paid ad on Instagram. Because we don't really do much on TikTok.
Yeah.
But we put it on TikTok on a Sunday night, and then, like, the response was like instant.
It's crazy because, like you say, there's that one clip or that, what, and this is what it's all about, and that's why I wanted you to come on, because your story is like what you've been through. You've created this restaurant, and COVID comes, you've been knocked down.
Yeah.
How do I get around this? I want to fucking meal prep.
Yeah, and something else.
And it's like, and I, like you say, you know, you send your meals all up and down the UK and stuff like that, but someone coming across this podcast or whatever, oh wow, that's interesting, that, or it can, you know, it might even open a door. Someone might want your brand or want your meal preps, and I just think your story. I thought I'd love to have this guy on. Do you know what I mean? It looks interesting, but to actually hear how it all started. Like you say, you've had good, bad and ugly, because you're thinking, this is great starting.
Yeah.
Then bang, you know, COVID kicks in. Then you close, and then you're thinking, I can't. And then no one will ever work harder than, you know, when you say you've got your own business, and it is great, you do have your own perks, but people don't understand how hard it is. Because no one will ever work harder than you, or no one will work harder.
This is the thing, isn't it? So, like,
when you have staff and whatever.
Yeah, you gotta trust your staff, haven't you?
And it's so, listen, I've had some, you know, this is just my experience. I've got some good staff, and I've had some fucking really ones.
Yeah.
And it's that thing, good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Where, like, you can be nice as pie, and then, you know, because your standards is like, you know, it's because it's your business. It's 100%.
And you don't want to be a ball buster either,
No,
do you?
but you don't want the piss taken out of you.
Yeah, this is the thing. So it's a very fine line, isn't it?
And
You don't want them to think you're a mate.
And do you know what my problem is?
You might get mates through that as well, but there's got to be a line, hasn't it, where I'm the boss, I'm the owner, and basically, I just really appreciate you've done what you were meant to do.
Listen, this is so hard.
Because I'm paying you to do that.
Listen, and I think nowadays, people don't understand when, it's like, look, I'm paying you. Your wages are there every single week. Without fail, whether we've fucking done whatever we've done.
Yeah.
Listen, just do your job. Yeah. Simple as that. And like you say, now times have changed. Fucking people don't want to work, or they don't want to do as little as they want, or you know what I mean. And like you say, no one wants to be a ball buster, but don't take the piss.
Yeah.
And when you've got it, like sort of, like,
and especially when your business is struggling as well. You know what I mean? You want because what I used to say to my staff is obviously I started them off on as much as I could start them off on.
Yeah.
But I did say to them when I took them on, look, once this business does start doing well, I will increase your wages. That was a promise, and I would have done that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to. If you've got good employers and a good employer, and you've got good employees, you're going to have a good business. Know what I mean?
Good staff I'd say, is probably the hardest. Managing people and stuff like that, my experience is fucking hard. And when you go home with a nice pay,
especially when you've never done it before.
Exactly. Pay, listen.
No one, you start your business, no one learns you how to do your books, how to manage your staff. You know what I mean? How to do your own.
You're learning on the job, innit?
It's instant. Know what I mean? It's instantly just learn. Know what I mean?
Exactly. But when you go home with a night, I don't know what you're gonna say, and you're sitting there on the pillow, you're lying there on the pillow.
Yeah, you can't switch off. More so, right? So, for me, because obviously I do the cooking on a Monday and then on a Wednesday. So over the weekend, obviously I start getting my lists and that stuff ready. Start getting all my lists ready. So I've always got books with menus in with all the ingredients on it when I'm going to get my stock, so I can just tick it all off.
Yeah.
Because if I don't do that, then I end up going out the shop and then going, fuck, forgot that. Go back in, and then I'd be like, fuck, I forgot that again. You know what I mean? Because I always forget shit. You know what I mean? I'm always forgetting stuff, always losing my wallets. That's that type of person. So it all needs to be written down. So I've always got my book, so I can start getting ready on a Saturday, and then Sunday, before I go to sleep, I'm always thinking.
Overthinking?
No, it's more so with me, the process of how I'm going to cook all the meals and what is the most efficient, fastest way
to do it,
to cook it all in the minimal amount of time as possible. So having that plan in my head, so I go in and go, well, I have to start on the rice first, or I have to start on this first, but why I'm doing that, I can do that. And then why I'm doing that, I can do that. And why I'm doing that, I can do that. So when I'm cooking, it was it's not just one thing. I'm doing, most of the time in the kitchen, probably doing 4 or 5 different things at a time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's what do we need to do next? So it's with me, it's a think of the process of breaking it down of how quick am I going to get buy the ingredients, how quick am I going to get to the unit, and how quick can I do the food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the most efficient, time-saving way.
Fucking hell, it's all, but people don't sometimes understand what goes into it, you know what I mean? Especially for you, because it's food and you're prepping and stuff.
People just get the end product, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't know what.
Yeah, they don't know what goes into making that product.
They just think that.
Yeah.
It's oh yeah, sound, but they don't know the blood, sweat and tears that goes into it.
So you get people messaging saying, oh, your meals are too expensive, and it's well, if you broke all our meals down by the amount of ingredients that you've got to buy, and then you were to go and buy all them ingredients to then go and cook my 9 different meals that I cook every week, you wouldn't be able to do that for that price.
Yeah.
Because for one, if we use maple syrup's £10 a litre. But if you're getting say for instance, 10 meals off me is with your postage, 75 quid. So £10 for a bottle of maple syrup, you're right down to 65 quid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you've got to get all your other ingredients, all your spices, because everything I cook, all the sauces I make, it's all from scratch. So all the curry sauces I make, I don't buy jars or nothing like that. I make it with all, because I've got all the spices to make it. And if I come across a new curry, we're lucky in Liverpool that we got loads Asian supermarkets, so there's not a spice I can't find. I go down Lodgy all the time.
On Lodge Lane, yeah.
That's where so I go to Tak, I go to that Umrah, because their spice sections are just insane. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop, basically, in the toy shop. Like, I'm literally walking up down like that. Oh my God. Like, it's just like the ingredients.
Did your mind go into overdrive?
Yeah, because it's just ingredients, and I'm just like, oh my God. And they're just like trying to scan all like the spices that I haven't seen before. You know what I mean? Or I haven't heard of. Like, boom, boom.
And do you what's the name when you like you're putting your curry together? Do you like obviously you put it together and it go fucking hell, that's gonna be spot on that, or is there some that are just like, oh, get that to?
No, some of that easy to make. You know what I mean? But it's just, you know, after I've cooked it, because obviously the way my menu works is I do 9 different meals a week. So the first half of the week you get 5 meals. So I cook on the Monday, they get sent out. You get them on the Tuesday. Then I cook again on the Wednesday. You get them on the Thursday. So you're getting 2 fresh deliveries every week. So your meals are fresher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you send all your meals on a Monday, you get them on a Tuesday. They'd all have to be eaten by Saturday. But whereas if you do a split it up, then you're gonna cover at the back end of your week as well, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe Monday, depending on what meals they are. You know what I mean? That'll cover you for all that week. So we're doing like 9 different meals every week. So, and obviously it's split into 2. But you're getting like, what is this? So that's like 30 odd different meals. So you're getting 30 odd different meals a month. You know what I mean? So the menu changes all the time. So it's not the same menu. Normally I think I've got something like at the moment about 9 different menus set up. So I can just roll them 9 different menus out.
And people sometimes have the same stuff because that's what they like. You know?
Yeah, some people are order like, so like I do like a beef bourguignon. Start doing this beef bourguignon with cauliflower cheese, which is really nice. You know what I mean? It's like a fake beef. And you get people who order like 6 of them. So like, and then there's some woman the other day, I done what was it? Jackfruit Rogan Josh, yeah. She had like 7. And like 4 of others. It's like people are weird, but it's like what you like.
That's what people
because they've had it before, so obviously they know they're going to like it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like if you go to Chinese, you order the same thing all the time, don't you? Because you know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? So yeah, people do have the favourites, you know what I mean? You get some people who will go on the bundles and just go on Chef's Choice, so we're just sending 1 of every meal and 2 of one meal to make it up to 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But most people tend to pick their own meals.
No, that's...
You know what I mean?
Well, like you say, you know, how do you see Meatless Meal Prep growing in the next 5 years or?
Well, hopefully I want to get to, like, obviously we've only got a small team at the moment, so like 4 of us. But obviously I want the team to grow. Obviously, if I can take on another chef, would be great, you know what I mean?
To take that, what's the name off your
Not
chef?
so much the burden, because like, the cooking the food is not hard. It's everything else that comes with it.
The packaging.
Just the cooking the food is the easy part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've done it for that long. You know what I mean? So that's the easy part. It's just, yeah, just having the time to get it all. Because obviously, when I'm cooking, I'm on a timer straight away, because the parcel fella's going to be there before 3 o'clock. Yeah. So everything's got to be packed before 3 o'clock, because he's coming to pick the parcels up.
Otherwise, the customers aren't going to get their meals.
Then it's like, because it's got to be done by 3, because then I've got to go on the school run. Pick my daughter up at 3:20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
all these things have got to be done. There's like, there's no way of
that's your routine. That's what.
Yeah. So I'm always on a bit of a timer. You know what I mean? So I'm just taking that timer down, thinking. You know what I mean?
I want to ask you something here, Pay, and you probably might laugh at me. You ever thought about going on Dragon's Den?
No, I wouldn't go on Dragon's Den. Not at this moment in time, or nothing like that, because I wouldn't want someone else telling me what to do. If I'm honest, I've worked hard enough.
Really?
To get it to where it is now.
Like investments and stuff like that.
It's like you know, like Klopp used to say, isn't it? He said, you know, we don't want people jumping on the train when it's going full pelt. we want the people on the train before the train hits full pelt.
And you know what? That's a good listen.
You know what I mean?
That's a good.
But that's like something that
quote.
like later down the line, yeah, you could possibly think about, but. You know what I mean? I'd like to get the business to a level where I've got maybe 10, 15 staff. I can pay them really well.
Got your own warehouse.
Yeah, I have my own warehouse.
Where you prep everything gets cooked in there.
So, and then
why
like,
can't
you know,
you do that,
and then, yeah, exactly, why can't I? And also, you know, and then be able to do things that I want to do, like going to watch the Red Zone and away every week. Or going on holiday. You know
You'll be
I mean?
seeing him, he goes home and away every week.
And just like doing a bit more travelling and like enjoying the rewards of what everyone thinks that a
That you-
business should bring you.
That's what people have the perception of it now. People think, oh, you've got your own business. People don't know the fucking half of it, mate.
So I got a lot of people like, you know, they automatically think that you've got dough, and it's
You-
just like,
oh, you've got a few quid.
I've got no cash, mate. There's no cash in my bank. Trust
Yeah.
me. I don't have cash.
Do you know what people think because you've got a business or you're out there? Listen, and this is, and they don't understand the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
You know, when you go home and then you're fucking overthinking things. Have I done this? Have I done that?
Yeah.
That needs sorting. That needs ordering.
And also you got reliance. You know, you got staff who are dependent on you. That are dependent on you giving them their money so they can pay their bills.
Exactly.
And that's just that on its own is stress.
But you as well, you got your family at home pay. Who what's the name? Get the, you know.
Your family get the brunt of it, don't they?
They do get the brunt of it because you go home and like they're like, are you all right? And that night and then you talk and fucking. I don't talk business at home. I don't talk.
See, that's what I
it's hard, mate.
Yeah, I get myself a bit too wound up.
I do.
I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you may say, what are you shouting for? I'm like, I'm just
because you know what? It's so hard. That's what people don't. They just think it's all hunky dory.
See, before I opened my own business, right, I never used to get stressed, mate.
Yeah.
Had no word of a lie, mate. Like my auntie's a masseuse, and every time she'd come in, she'd walk in the house, right, and she'd put your hands on her shoulders.
Sure, you're stressed.
And she'd always say to me, you're just never stressed, are you? Like all the time. If she felt them now, she'd go, you're on the verge of breaking down.
Yeah.
But that is life, isn't it?
It is.
I mean? It's like, you know, your responsibility of your business, your responsibilities of having staff that need paying. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not just your own responsibilities, you know, other people are dependent on you as well as your own family. You know what I mean? And, you know, hopefully get to a stage like, where I've got like a nice bigger warehouse. Because what I don't want to do is, I don't want to have Meatless go to a level where it's getting made in a factory. I want it to still be made by chefs.
By
chefs. You know what I mean? Like, you get all these meal prep companies that say that the food's made by Michelin star chefs. That's just bullshit. That's a fucking lie. I don't know any Michelin star chef that'll go and work for a meal prep company. It didn't work that hard, mate, to get your Michelin star chef to go and do fucking ready meals, mate. It's not happening, lads. It's not happening. And everyone says it. On mine it says by the chefs. That's me. I'm the chef.
You're the full throttle of it all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm the chef. I'm the prepper. I'm the very wise there. Mate, people seem to forget, like, you know, we've got a website that needs to be run. You know what I mean?
That costs money as well.
So I've got like a fella who runs my website for me. It's like, you know, I have to get a new website built.
They're not cheap.
Yeah, so at the turn of the year, we invested in a new website, new packing stuff. Got another woman coming to see me on Mondays. I need better boxes. It just needs
packaging and all that.
Yeah, it just needs to be tightened up. You know what I mean? Because I'm still getting
making improvements every little bit of the way.
Yeah, because boxes get broken in DHL. I've used DHL and it's just it's just
logistics of it all is
they don't get the concept of it. It's like
you need to be fragile this or whatever.
It needs to get there in the and they always go, it's down to your packaging and it's like, no, it's not, because say Stephen Stockport got his meals and guess what? All his meals have signed. So it's not the packaging, is it? If it was the packaging, then everyone who got sent me meals
they'd all be on the phone.
Destroyed meals.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. You know what I mean? So I've always got issues with DHL as well. Well, that's another part of the business. You know what I mean? It's
another little bit of added stress that you don't
then
need.
The customer gets on to you and sends you pictures going, look, my food smashed, and then I've got to
reimburse
the time number, then I've got to get on the emails to them and it's just like,
and it's just added
and
pressure.
Then having to refund the customer myself. You know what I mean? Because it's my product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like DHL basically take no responsibility for boxes that are being kicked down the field.
That's just added stress. But you know, if there was someone watching or listening and thinking about switching to a more plant-based lifestyle, where would they start? Where should they start? Obviously with Meatless, like...
Yeah, just get on to me, you know what I mean? Get on my website, meatlessmealprep.co.uk.
But so where can people get, you know...
So I've got a website, so I've got it's called meatlessmealprep.co.uk, I think it is, or maybe just one co. I always get mixed up with the email address and the website address.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? but it's one of them too.
We'll put it in the description anyway, so
and
it's one of them.
You can message through Instagram. We have like a WhatsApp.
You're on all socials. What socials are you on?
Yeah, so we're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
On all them, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, going to start doing more content and stuff like that as well soon.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, there's a demand for it out there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's opened my eyes a little bit because I had a different look at it and thinking exactly what you said, you know, I've never tried it.
Yeah, that's
so,
what I mean.
You know what I mean?
It's a misconception, so people just seem to, like, you miss out on something, but you know, honestly, the food's tremendous, the flavours, they're there, and obviously you're eating plants, mate. It's like the plants are on the planet for a reason. They're here for some reason, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I think most of them to either eat or probably smoke as well, like, you know what I mean? But they're all here for a reason.
Of course,
you know what I mean? So yeah, and it's just like it's a healthier lifestyle. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, you know, people this fad about you need meat in your diet. It's a myth, mate. It's an absolute myth. It's an absolute myth. You got more sports stars, athletic stars, NFL players, hockey players, football players, you know, celebrities all around the world. They were all eating on a plant-based diet, and they all look fine, don't they?
They're doing all right, aren't they?
You know what I mean? They like, you know, they don't like the dying, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, and even like, just like, you know, I'm not saying everyone has to go plant-based or go vegan, but we just have like, there's another thing called Meatless Mondays as well, you know what I mean? So you just don't eat meat on a Monday, you know what I mean? And like, if everyone in the world didn't eat meat on a Monday, like, I haven't got like things, we used to have all kinds of stats we used to put on the Instagram, and then it's like insane amounts of water, insane amounts of electricity just in one day that the whole planet would save in a day, you know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, just get people to eat more healthier diets, because obviously the way, even more so now, with the cost of your shopping and all that, you know, it's back to a generation of going to start eating more processed food out of not wanting to, but having to, because of the cost of the food.
Yeah.
But you don't have to eat, you know, meat. Like you know, you can eat a better diet with your vegetables and like your alternative proteins like tofu and soy and stuff like that. So you're not missing out on protein and stuff like that. And you probably find that if you know, it'll probably be a little bit cheaper as well than your normal food price, because, you know, it's veg as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? So like, and also you need to learn yourself a little bit of cooking skills really as well. I think that's what puts a lot of people off. No, because a lot of people, like, obviously don't know how everyone's brought up, but I was fortunate, like I said to you before, I could cook from an early age, which a lot of people have had the mum or dad cook for them all the way through adulthood, and then they leave home and they can't cook for shit. You know what I mean? So they just get into bad habits of eating
out or
eating processed food, like putting a pizza in the microwave, your chicken nuggets. You know what I mean? Everyone's done it.
Yeah.
But because they can't cook, so like, you know, they need to start learning, kids in school, how to cook.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So from an
early age, because you need to, like, you know, one day it's gonna be yourself, isn't it? And who's gonna look after yourself? Like, you need to eat.
It's true though. You know
what I mean? Your main thing of a day when you wake up is you need to eat.
And if someone,
you know what I mean?
If they're not in the house, who's going to cook and cook?
Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's like, if they're not there, like when you get over, like what are you gonna be eating? Turkey twizzlers for the rest of your life? You know what I mean? You don't want to be doing that now, do you?
What advice would you give to other entrepreneurs trying to turn their passion into a business?
Just go for it. Don't think about it. Just go for it. That's what we done. I got found the units, got the money, and just thought, yeah, just go for it.
All in or not?
All in or yeah, just sink or swim, mate. And you know, we sank, got back up. We're still swimming slightly, you know what I mean? Still bobbing. But yeah, it's like, you know, loads of entrepreneurs, like how many entrepreneurs start a business and that's the first business they start works.
That's fucking,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't, whoever they say they do, it's the full of shit.
You know, it's having the belief that, and having the belief in yourself that your idea that you want to implement as a business will work.
You just got to keep,
because if you believe it's going to work, then the people that you meet will believe it's going to work because they believe you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They believe you because you believe it. If you don't believe it, then it's not going to happen.
You may as well fucking pack up and
you might as well just give it up and go home, isn't it?
This is it.
Like, and you know, don't get me wrong, it's been a hard slog doing it. obviously not making money and all the money going back into the business. But I do think that we will get the rewards eventually.
No, but Peter, you know, just meeting you and speaking to you, you know, you've certainly been through the good, the bad and the ugly, let me be honest. But the thing is, you've never you know, it's easy to fucking go, do you know what, I've had enough, because...
Yeah, I got it easy, just went, you know, jack it in.
But there's something there,
and then
though.
just go and get a chef's job and work for someone else.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that, because there's no going back once you've worked for yourself.
Yeah.
You can't go back from that. I can't have some, like, idiots in the kitchen. Like, you know, when I used to work in a place called the Bear and Staff. That's about nearly 10 years ago now. And, like, I wanted to be the kitchen supervisor, and they wouldn't give me the kitchen supervisor's job because I wasn't deemed good enough. But I was the main chef in there, you know what I mean, on the grill, and wasn't deemed good enough. And he brought someone else in to be the kitchen supervisor who couldn't do the job I was already doing.
But they give him the fucking...
And then, yeah, so like, and then, but 4 years later, they opened Meatless.
This is it.
Know what I mean?
You believed in, you know, you believed in what you can do. And I think that's a thing, believing in yourself. It's a very... Some people think it's very daunting, you know, and at times...
It is daunting, isn't it?
And you, but it's having that, you know, belief and never giving up, you know what I mean? If you believe in something, you know, you can achieve it.
Because you always have that little voice in your head, don't you? The second that's going like, you know, oh, will it? Oh, will it?
You know what I mean?
Will it? And you're always like, you know what I mean? It's just like, but like you say, if you don't go for it, it's like when I first worked abroad when I was younger as well, like, don't take the opportunity. And because opportunities come at a certain time, and it might never come again.
Yeah.
And if you don't take it, that opportunity at that moment in your life, that never might come again. You'll never get that again.
And then
but you can always turn back and go, well, at least they had a go at it.
But this is it, having a go.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And if it doesn't work out, you know what I mean?
Go to something else, try something else.
And there's always opportunity, you know.
Because obviously when we're being a chef, it's like, you know, I want Meatless to succeed, but I can cook. So I'm always going to be able to do something in cooking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want Meatless to...
You want your...
I want to build Meatless up, you know what I mean? So, and then, obviously, be a good employer, pay me staff well, so I can trust, like we were saying before, I can trust them to lead them to do what needs to be done.
You do the job to the best
and I can go away and I can switch off.
Because you don't switch off it, I'm the same.
So you can just go, boom, just flick that switch, mate, and just enjoy being away. And know quite well that everything's just going to be running like clockwork.
No.
Know what I mean?
This is it. So, what's been the good, the bad and the ugly of running Meatless Meal Prep?
Oh, where'd you start, mate? Like, you know, just everything. Just like, the good was opening Meatless. The bad was closing it.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? And the ugly was just the grind. The grind, mate, just like, just getting up and just not going, you know what, can't be asked.
Yeah.
Just gonna, just jack it.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Which would have been easy to do, and then just go and get a job working with someone else. But then, you know.
The meal prep come, and that's
the meal prep done, and then, as you say, it's just building it bit by bit, because obviously, it's a hard industry now, because there's a lot of meal prep companies out there now, and a lot more coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very hard, but I think we've got a niche market, you know what I mean? We're like a high protein, plant-based, you know what I mean? So people are going to the gym, stuff like that, you know what I mean? You still get your protein intake, because that's the myth with it all, like, you can't get protein, you can't get this. But yeah, so that's the kind of people that you want, you know what I mean?
Of course. What's in the pipeline for Peter Baines?
Basically just trying to keep my head above water, basically. No, just keep on going, pushing forward, and just, you know, try and get, like we were saying before, to try and take some more, hopefully get a bigger premises in like a year or two, get more people in, you know what I mean, make it a bigger company, and just expand. And
pushing more meal preps out over the UK. Listen, why no, someone comes across this or whatever, you know, it's just, I could open one door, mate, and that's all it takes. It's just one opportunity,
of course,
mate.
It's like, you know, We could do things for like corporate companies where they have wellness days and provide meals to all the corporate companies, you know what I mean, for staff days and retreats and stuff. There's loads of stuff we can do, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not like we're all about the meals, but we could, you know, we could do retreats, you know what I mean, yoga retreats, wellness retreats.
This is it.
All this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I can do I can do private chefing as well. You know what I mean? It's like
there's opportunity everywhere for you. You know what I mean?
And it's like, you know, when like coming on here, hopefully, you know, spread awareness is like the brand Meatless. You know what I mean?
Well, this is why I wanted you to come on. It's just like listening to your story and what it means to you, because like you say, what you've been through and stuff like that, and you're still not. You know, I love it. It's a great story because you're not giving up, and
I think it's the Scouse in you, isn't it? You know what I mean?
No, but you just.
I think it's the Northern thing, if I'm honest. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's very much a Northern thing not to give up, because it's like, you know, like we said in the video, like, this business is mine. It's ours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't belong to no. I don't own no one, nothing. Don't own no.
That's why it means so much to you, because you created this.
Yeah.
You know, and that's you know, that's the story behind it, and look where you want them to go. And listen, I think opportunities will come. I really do, because
I'm open, so you know what I mean? Listen, and I don't see why not. You know
and I really do, and I think it was a really interesting, you know, conversation, and it was good, and it had a lot of things. It had a little bit of laughter in there as well and stuff. But listen, I really hope Meatless, you know, gets that one opportunity, or a bag full of opportunities.
Yeah.
But listen, Peter, I just want to say thanks so much for sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly, mate.
Thank you very much for having me on. Cheers, thank you.